right, everybody, welcome in as we get rolling here on a marvelous, great, best Monday ever. We're going to start it off on a high positive note, Rick, because I came in on a Monday with some energy that probably wasn't good.
Yeah, well, we
But-
all do that occasionally.
But the energy has picked up now that y'all are here. Rick and Kaye Boehning, thanks for being
Well,
here.
it picked up when Kaye walked in.
Yes, yeah,
I was commiserating with you.
yeah. You know, like we're going on vacation next week, and there's a bunch of stress around vacations these days.
I've noticed.
And it's supposed to be like a time to relax, but we have so much to do.
Are you the one in charge of planning transportation and things?
Well, luckily, that all got taken care of, so that part is okay.
I'm usually the one that has to do that.
Yeah. So no, that part's okay. I'm used to that when I used to broadcast sports. I mean, I would travel quite a bit, and
I get my dates confused. Let's see, we're supposed to be there in March or April.
oh wait, the ticket was for 2024. I thought it was for 2026.
Yeah.
So far, we haven't ended up in the wrong country or the wrong state.
That could be exciting though if you did that.
We have arrived and not had a reservation.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun though. You know, just show up and what are we doing here? Oh, Georgia? I thought you meant the state of Georgia, not the country. Well, hey, welcome in, everybody. 7:40 this morning here on Good Morning Huntsville. So glad that all of you are joining us, and thanks for being a part of this program. Josh Mashi is out. We are missing him this morning. He is in Tennessee, and they arrived safely. They took 3 vans full of rowdy youth, and they're already doing some great work. We're already receiving reports, and this is the time of the year where a lot of the young
I'm
people
pretty sure that you took some of my workers with you.
might have, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Swigert brothers.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they worked for y'all.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the Swigert brothers. They're good guys.
They are good kids.
Yeah, they're out this week, and Josh is out, and so it's back to the old school ways of things where the octopus is back going today. So I'm happy to be back and producing. And John, I will be out next week, and so you guys are going to get to be with Josh solo next week. So he's going to do a great job. Looking
I
forward
don't
to
hear
it.
Rick in the microphone.
Oh, are you turned up over here,
I
Kaye?
can hear me when I say.
I could hear you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just not broadcasting.
No.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. Turn it up. It's like Toby Keith. Turn it up some.
I've adjusted mine. Maybe
Yeah.
she didn't adjust hers. I don't know.
But we are here. Hey, real quick,
Well, I
underwriting.
could hear Rob. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, just old Toby Keith over there. Turn it up some.
Turned up.
We do want to welcome all of you in and appreciate all of you for joining us. Hey, do us a favor. Let us know that you're out there this morning. You can comment in on the social media feeds. We always have quite a few people that do that, and we'd love to hear from you. Many of you are already commenting in this morning. And I'm going to ask a special favor. Share the broadcast. Every time you do that, we reach more and more people. And so this morning, if you're on social media, just hit the share button. That really does help us out a lot. Again, hit share, and that will help us reach more people. Underwriting support for this program is made possible in part by Elliott's Jewelers. Schedule an appointment online at elliotsjewelers.com. Also, Huntsville Memorial Hospital, their website is huntsvillememorial.com. And, of course, here on this Monday, we appreciate the underwriting support from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, 3 locations to serve you, and their website is TomorrowsPromise.info. Rick and Kaye Boehning, as always, on a Monday, hanging out with us. And,
Well, not always. Sometimes we're gone.
most Mondays, though.
Yeah, most Mondays.
Most Mondays. And we are at episode 780, and I think 800 may fall on a Monday. So we're going to have Billy always gets upset because he said he never gets a special day on his day on Friday. And he said he's always wanted a balloon drop. And so I think if the show falls on a Monday, let's do a balloon drop.
Where's Billy going to be?
Well, we'll just invite him and, have him come hang out. So, yeah, sorry, buddy. It didn't happen on your day, but it happened on another day.
Wow.
So, no, it's awesome. I was sitting here thinking this morning that I'm not a morning I've never been a morning person, but Kaye's, children automatically make you a morning. You have to be a morning person with children. And so, 4 or 5 years ago, when I had my IT company, our hours were 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we did that on purpose because a lot of people work, obviously, and they get off work at 5, and we wanted to be open after people get off work to come get their stuff. Well, we quickly learned that 10 to 7 worked great, but there was also morning people. And so
Call you at 7 a.m.
Oh yeah. So we had an answering service that we hired that was U.S. based, and we could write the script for them of what we wanted them to say, and they did a really good job. And so we started answering phones early in the morning. Well, eventually we switched to opening the shop at 8 a.m. So now we were running 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and we had 2 different crews and about 13 guys that worked with us at that little small shop, and we had that thing flowing like clockwork. Well, then I got the bright idea that why don't we just answer the phone around the clock? And so we didn't do it, but our answering service would answer. And we didn't get many overnight calls, but we would get a few, and we even gave them access to start booking appointments. And that was one of the best things that I ever did. And that will eventually lead us into something today that you guys are going to talk about, gruntled employees. We had a lot of gruntled employees back in my IT days. So
Okay, good to know.
yeah,
Good to know.
Yeah, but
Were they gruntled on Mondays?
sometimes they were disgruntled on Mondays. So, but it was good. Well, Kaye, what's going on? It was a good weekend. You know, we're obviously through the 4th of July. That was the weekend before. But how have you been? What's been going on in the world of what's not been going on in the world of Kaye Boehning? Let's put it that way.
Well, we got to see our middle son over the weekend. That was nice.
And he does he live close or?
He actually lives near
Close to Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Oh, really?
Jarrell?
Yeah, Gerald.
Jarrell.
I know Gerald very well.
Yeah, he bought a house there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Gerald's growing. I that was actually the very first team that I ever broadcast for was the Gerald Cougars, a little 3A school north of Georgetown. I'll never forget that. And we still have a lot of friends in Gerald. So.
Yeah, he's a cop for Georgetown University.
Oh, okay. For Southwestern there at the school? Mm-hmm. Wow. What a small world. I never knew any of this. How long has he been doing that for?
3 years now?
Yeah, about 3 years.
Something like that.
Long enough to settle down and buy a house.
Yeah. Have you all had a chance to go up to Gerald?
No, we were supposed to do that last weekend. He decided he would just come see us.
Yeah, well, that's good.
He's got cats, and I'm allergic to.
I gotcha. There's not much in Gerald.
Well, I told him that we could stay at a motel, and he didn't like that idea.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any in Gerald.
How far away is Georgetown?
It's 20 minutes.
I think I can handle
It's a disgruntled 20-minute drive because of I-35 traffic.
Oh, well.
When we started years ago, when I started kind of doing radio stuff, getting into it, we actually had a little studio in Gerald. There was a gentleman there by the name, he's still there, is by the name of Charles Ashby. He had a real estate business, and Mr. Ashby, he said, hey, I want to support you guys. And so right off I-35, he let us borrow a little room that he has, probably about half the size of this. And so that community has always had a special place in my heart. And then, of course, many people know, and I've mentioned on this show, my mom lost a friend in that community way back in 1997. There was a tragic tornado that went through that community, and 27 people lost their lives on May the 27th of that year. And so there's a deep connection to that community. Well, Rick, for you, what's been going on, man?
I was hanging out with Kaye, so my day was filled.
Just what does a typical day of the Rick Boehning look like? I've
Mostly
been curious.
do this and do that. I'm kidding. I actually have the best life in the world.
6'7".
That's my age.
Well, hey, I do want to dig in. It's always a fun time here on our Monday mornings because we want to get the week started off right. I know many people are not just listening, through social media, but here on Spirit 94.3. And I've got some news to share a little bit later in this broadcast as well. Some exciting news of a new organization here helping nonprofits in our community. But as we always do on a Monday, it is Kaye with our Monday Mindset. And Kaye, I wanted to talk about this because we talk a lot about success, and this community has a university that there's a lot of success that comes out of Sam Houston State University, and they've always said the measure of a life is success. Well, I thought about that whenever I saw your Monday Mindset come across, and today it is Monday Mindset with Kaye Boehning. Success is measured by the lives you change. So, Kaye, what do you have for us today?
If I asked you to define success, how would you answer? Would you talk about money, a promotion, awards, a beautiful home? There was a time in my life when I probably would have measured success by accomplishments. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with setting goals, working hard, or celebrating milestones. But the older I get, the more I realize that the things I'm the proudest of can't be displayed on a shelf. They're people. They're children who grew into confident adults. They're teachers who discovered they were capable of more than they believed. They're parents who found hope when they needed it the most. Robin Sharman reminds us that one of the highest purposes of leadership is to elevate the lives of others, and I couldn't agree more. When I look back over my life, I don't think the greatest question God will ask me is, how much did you accomplish? I think it will be, how well did you love the people I placed in your path? Why people are always the greatest investment. Achievements fade, but influence lasts. Awards gather dust. Buildings eventually need repairs. Trust me, we're repairing one right now. Businesses change, but the encouragement you gave someone, the confidence you helped build, the kindness you showed up on a difficult day, those things often live on in ways you'll never fully know. Every person matters. One of the things I love about working with children is that every child reminds me of this truth. Each one is unique. Each one learns differently. Each one has gifts waiting to be discovered. I've often thought adults aren't much different. We're all looking for someone who believes in us before we fully believe in ourselves. Sometimes one encouraging conversation can change the direction of someone's life. Your legacy walks away every afternoon. For every 3 decades, I've watched children leave our schools at the end of the day. Parents hold little hands, children wave goodbye, cars pull away. It would be easy to think the day is over, but I've learned something. What those children take home isn't just what they learned. They take home how they were treated, how they were encouraged, whether they felt safe, whether someone believed in them. The same is true for every one of us. People may not remember every word we said, but they'll remember how we made them feel. So your challenge for the week is to encourage someone. Tell one person something you genuinely admire about them. Your words may become the encouragement they need today. Be fully present. Give someone your undivided attention for a few minutes this week. Presence is one of the greatest gifts you can give. And leave someone better. Ask yourself at the end of each day, did someone leave my presence encouraged? This helps you focus on your influence instead of just your accomplishments. Never underestimate the impact of a kind word. You may forget saying it. The other person may never forget hearing it. And a lesson I've learned, over the years, I've had former students come back to visit. Some are adults now. Some bring their own children. And some tell me they don't remember every lesson we taught, but they remember a teacher who believed in them. They remember feeling loved. They remember feeling safe. And every time that happens, I'm reminded that education is never really about worksheets or report cards. It's about people. The older I get, the more I'm convinced that I am. The older I get, the more convinced I am that the greatest investment we ever make is in another human being. So the final thought, as you go through this week, remember that every person you meet is carrying a story you may never know nothing about. A smile may lift someone who's discouraged. A kind word might restore someone's confidence. A few extra minutes might remind someone that they matter. Success isn't measured only by what you build. It's measured by who becomes stronger because you were part of their journey. And to me, that's a life well lived.
Yeah, it's a lot to digest, Kaye, and it's good because I want folks this morning to focus on that word success. Last night I was hanging out with the children in the front yard. I had promised the babies. I don't know how old do they have to be to where they're not the babies anymore?
84.
84. I don't know. Maybe
Don't call them a baby because they're not. If they're not wearing diapers anymore, they'll tell you they're not a baby.
Yeah, Caden he's still in the pull-up phase, but he's like, Daddy, I'm not a baby. But the little ones were out last night. I promised Braylon and Caden, and I want to be a dad who keeps my promise. And I promised them that we would go on I bought a slip and slide. They had them on sale at HEB for like $10. Really good deal.
I saw the video.
Yeah, so they were ecstatic, and I promised them that when Daddy mows the lawn, I will set up the slip and slide. It's kind of a win-win because I needed to mow the lawn, and they needed to have fun on the slip and slide and be out of energy to go to sleep good that night.
Yeah.
Well, I kept my word, although I didn't mow the lawn until late because it was pretty hot and muggy, and I didn't want to mow it at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. We had church yesterday, and so I didn't want to mow it in the main heat of the day. So I waited till about 6:30, and it started to cool off a little bit. And so by the time I got all that done, it was about 7:30. That's normally what time we put them to sleep. But I wanted to keep my promise. They had been bugging me, and Braylon, in fact, while I was mowing, she got Caden in his swimsuit. She was in her swimsuit, and they were eagerly awaiting on the back of the golf cart in the garage. They wanted to go on this slipping, and I was not going to deny it to them. And as I sat there, Kaye, it was a great moment just to reflect while your children are out having fun, and I'm supervising them and sitting in a chair in a driveway.
Why didn't you go down the flipping side? Because I didn't see that.
No, well, I got on it with them, but you won't see any pictures or video of that. But Kaye, it's funny that you read this today because to me that's successful. Mm-hmm. As a dad, having 2 children who are happy, who are healthy, who are running around, who are having fun, that's how I look at success. I don't look at success in possessions or the things that I have, although sometimes bits and pieces of that could play a part into somebody's life. For me, it's, am I doing everything I can as a dad to take care of my family? And I'm not even talking financially. I'm talking being present and being there for my children. I made a decision, as everyone knows, or most people know, 3 years ago to give up a career that I absolutely love to be present for my children and also to be present for my dad in a time that his health was declining. And I'll never regret that decision. To me, that's success. I used to speak to young people in marketing classes back in the Austin area, in Round Rock. There was a teacher. I still talk to her to this day, although it's been a few months. Her name's Diane Wettig, my marketing teacher. And I would go speak to her marketing classes after I graduated. I did this for about 10 years. I always enjoyed going to her classes and, get to see her and catch up, but then also maybe share something with young people that would inspire them or something that they could take away. And so I would tell them a little bit about my journey, but then I would start to talk about success. And one thing that I learned when you communicate is you get people to do something. If you want people to really pay attention, you get them to move around or to do something. And so that's why in church in the morning, how many are happy to be here? Raise your hand. It gets them paying attention, right? Well, what I would do when I would talk to these young people is I'd bring note cards with me, and I'd make sure they all had a pen, and I would say, hey, I'm going to pass out these note cards, and I want all of you to write down your definition of success. This was one of the first things that I did. And you would think with young people, and I don't know, I don't tie this into anything stereotype, but I would assume as a 42-year-old man that young people would think money is the success, right? I mean, you see it all over TV. You see musicians, you see movie stars, all of this, and you think, wow, they have a lot of money. They're successful. And all the years that I did that, Kaye, maybe only 2 young people ever wrote down money. And that was really encouraging to me. And I would read all of their definitions, and I would always say, there's really not one wrong definition because success is how we view it. But I shared something with them that some later would get back to me and tell me. I would always get one note, usually from each class, from somebody out of 30-plus students. There would always be one that would write a note or something to me. This was back in the days of note writing. And
I remember those days.
And I would get something, and it would say, and then, the last few years I would get emails. But I would always share this with them, Kaye. I say, do you want to know my definition of success? Yeah, they would all want to know what mine was. And I formed my own definition of it years ago, and it was making and managing good decisions every day. If I can make and manage good decisions every day, then there's a pretty high chance that I feel like I'd be successful. And so yesterday, making the decision of telling my children and promising them that we would go on the slip and slide, and then managing that decision by actually following through with it, that was a successful day. And I want everyone out there this morning to hear what Kaye just mentioned. And you can go back and read it on our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. But think about how you measure success in the lives of others. Are you helping to change somebody else's life? You're in the business of changing lives, Kaye, through education. you see success all day long, all around you, right?
Yeah. I mean, when you pay attention to it, yes.
And sometimes I think in life we get so wrapped up in what we have to do that it's not that we take it for granted, but we don't see the success around us. Mm-hmm. My little ones, when they come home and start counting to 40, Braylon counted to 40. I said, how does my 4-year-old know how to count to 40? She's learned it. It's successful. There's things that she is learning that if I was just not paying attention, and she's just doing this by herself, Kaye, on the couch, and she's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, as a parent, sometimes you learn to just tune things out.
Does she count in Spanish?
She counts to 10 in Spanish. Oh, so be open, but think about the things that you're doing today, and are the things that you're doing today investing in somebody else? And maybe that's the takeaway or the inspiration today, or the things that you are doing today, investing in somebody else to help them out. And if not, rethink the way that you're doing those things. I know, Kaye, as I think about my journey and I think about your journey, there was a lot of people that invested in your life. Maybe highlight a little bit of that and just kind of how you see success, if you don't mind.
Gosh.
Put her on the spot there, didn't you?
That's all right.
There's so many things. I mean, you know, you get caught up in the day to day, and then occasionally you walk into the main campus and you go, oh wow, this used to not be here. Mm-hmm. You know, and oh, this classroom's changed, and I was showing my son around the school yesterday and his girlfriend, or Saturday, and you know, it's like, this all didn't happen at once. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, adding the sidewalks and the covered walkways and
he was amazed at the changes since he'd been there.
Yeah, because he hasn't been there for several years, and so, you know, there's things that you just kind of after a while you take for granted, and then when you're showing somebody like Zachary, you know, you're just kind of walking around and he's like, oh, this wasn't here. Well, this is new, you know, and so. You know, just the people that God puts in your path to help you accomplish the things that He wants to happen. There's so many people.
And how many of those things, Kaye, you know, as you look around, you see the fruit of so many years of investment, of people helping and being involved in all the things and the growth. And you think about, golly, this took a lot of people. It took a lot of ideas. And then you pause and you think, but that idea started with me, and there's nothing arrogant about that. And I think someone has encouraged me to say, give yourself credit once in a while. And I want to encourage people, give yourself a little bit of credit. Be mindful. I've always said be mindful of the people that have came before you, but it's okay to give yourself a little bit of credit. If you would have never had this idea.
I'm not so sure it was my idea. I think God put the idea in my head.
Well, God gave you the idea, but you were there.
He's got an idea in my head right now, and I'm like, no, not again.
But I mean that, though, and you think about the fruit of just how the Lord works, and that's what I wanted to tie this into, is that when we answer that call, and this is where I was going with that, when you answer that call, look at what happens. And yes, we give God all the glory for it, but that idea started, and you had to answer that idea. And now look at look at the lives. And we're not just talking the present lives of young people. We're talking thousands of young people's lives over 28 plus years.
Yeah.
Which is incredible to think about.
There have been thousands, maybe even 10,000 that's walked through the door.
Yeah. And that's something to be proud of. And so I want to encourage people today to pause and don't ever think that what you're doing is not making an impact. But what you need to focus on is what you're doing making a positive impact, or is it taking away? I heard someone say it like this: are we making investments or deposits in people's lives, or are we making withdrawals? And my goal is, if I've made enough deposits that withdrawals happen, we all know that there are things that happen, but hopefully in your life you've made enough deposits that when you mess up, and hopefully it's nothing terrible, but when you mess up, that withdrawal won't overcome all the deposits that you've made in life. Kaye, I wanted to mention one more thing, and we'll take a break here. And I've got some really cool information to share on our next segment about a nonprofit here in this community that you guys are also tied in with. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But this weekend, we went to Kemah Boardwalk. Boy, that place has changed. Have y'all been down there?
Not in the last 3 or 4 years.
I had no idea all the things that are going
It
on.
was right before COVID we went, maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while because we rode the shark thing, or I think it was called shark, but it's just a speedboat.
Oh, yeah, the Beast.
That's
the,
it,
The
the
Beast,
Beast.
yeah. We didn't do that one, but there's a lot going on over there. A lot that comes out of your wallet, too, very quickly.
Very quickly.
I was trying to remember to not plant bad seeds while I was there because of how much money I was spending on stuff that I was like $4 for a bottle of Dasani water.
Yeah.
Wow, when it's 25 cents. Anyways, we had a good time. But, Caden turned 3, so it was kind of an extended birthday celebration. We didn't get to do a whole lot Friday, so we decided Saturday we're going to take him down we asked him what he wanted to do. And we showed him a bunch of things on the computer, and finally he saw that. He goes, let's go there. And he had a blast. Braylon had a blast too. But the whole point of this story, and it kind of ties into answering a call, okay, that you had mentioned earlier. God put this idea in your mind about the school, and here we are 28 plus years later. Yes, on Saturday, we did all the fun things as a family. 5 hours, completely wiped out, which is great. You want to be wiped out after these events because that means you feel like you did something. Now, you don't want your wallet to be wiped out, which mine was.
It was.
Yeah, okay. So when you go to those places, set a budget to say, I'm going to spend $200, and then get the children involved and say, we have $200 to spend. We can choose to do these different things. And you get them started early. Even though they can't right now do the math, you get them started early thinking of, okay, we can't do everything. Here's our budget. Here's what do we want to do most. And then let them make the decisions.
Yeah. Well, we did have a budget, and I spent every bit of that budget.
And some more besides?
No, not really. But also the children were like, we want this. And I was like, we don't have the money. I'm honest with my children. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I just said, we don't have the money for that. And Braylon understands that now. And so when we go out, she'll ask me, do we have the money to get this? And I'll say no. And she doesn't get upset about it because I've been honest with her. Some parents hold back because I guess they don't want their children to feel like their parents don't have things. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that. But my children understand that. And I want them to know, yes, we can do that, or no, we can't. So there was this big old huge fluffy thing for like $100. I was like, I ain't spending $100 on some fluffy stuffed animal that you can get on Amazon for $2. But I didn't tell Bren that. But she goes, can we get this? I said, no, we don't have the money for that. And she goes, okay, Daddy. And she didn't get upset because she knew.
Yeah, one of my earliest memories, we were camping. And we were near Durango. And we wanted to ride the Silverton. And so the little...
It's a narrow gauge
train up the mountain.
Yeah.
And we were all excited, and we'd gotten there and they'd sold all the tickets, so we could do standby. And a cold snap hit. And my dad was like, they didn't have credit cards back then. And Dad was like, we have enough money to maybe get tickets tomorrow on standby or to get a heater for the camper. And he asked my brother and I what we wanted to do, and we're like, we want to ride the train. And so we all slept in, like, huddled together in the sleeping bags. Didn't get much sleep, I don't think, that night because it was cold. It was below freezing, and we had a tent camper.
Oh, wow.
And
one of the pop-up ones.
We happened to, we were lucky enough to get on the train on standby, but that was, my first introduction that I remember to, there's just so much money, and we have choices to make, and what do you guys want to do?
Had to make a sacrifice to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I remember freezing, and I remember the train ride.
Kay's like, and I just finally last week got over the pneumonia from that trip. But no, it all ties into this. We did the Kemah Boardwalk, and it was fun, and on our way back, Bridget said, hey, let's stop for barbecue. Well, I just realized that barbecue was 20 minutes behind us. And I said, hey, it's back the other way. I can turn around and go, but it's going to be, she's like, no, because it was already getting pretty late. And even though it was a weekend, we didn't want the children to be out too late. And so as we were cruising through Willis, I won't say the name of the place, but because I'm not promoting them, but we stopped at a pizza place. It's fairly new, right off the interstate. It's kind of cool. It's like a Subway type idea for pizza. It was actually really good. And here's the whole reason why I feel like we went to Kemah, okay? Because originally we had whole different plans. We were going to go to one of those indoor playgrounds and do all that stuff, but Kaden wanted to do something else at the last minute, and we gave him the choice of we can do this, this, or this, and we were fine with that. As we were finishing eating, there was a young man that was sitting by himself, and he had his hand like this. And for those that are listening on the radio, I mean, you can't, but just a face, like his head was just buried in his, you walked by and you sensed that something was going on in his life. I think we've all been there before, to where we've went by somebody and we've sensed that something was going on. And in that moment, I felt a tug of the Holy Spirit saying, talk to this young man. He's probably in his late teens, maybe early 20s. And I'll be honest, it's the most uncomfortable thing that you can do sometimes. It's just randomly walk up to a stranger that you know something's going on and say something to them, because you don't want to like get in their business or in their world. But in that moment, the Holy Spirit prompted me, and I felt it in me, because I started to walk by him and it was like, no. And I've ignored that before, Kaye. And you know what happens when we ignore those things.
It's never a good thing.
And so long story short is I said, hey, man, I was just honest. I said, hey, brother, I just walked by you. I said, it looks like there's something going on. I just got right to it. I said, is there anything we can pray about? And he at first was like, no. And then he paused and he goes, yeah, there actually is. And he opened up a short conversation with me. And we prayed, and he was going through some family stuff, and there was a move coming up, and he was worried about his job and work and those kind of things. And the reason that I bring this up is I wanted to tie all this into investing in other people's lives, but also a spiritual context, especially for those of us that are Christians, is that when the Holy Spirit prompts you, do not ignore that call. Even for me, as much as I enjoy being around people, I still fear. No one would realize this, but I do fear public speaking. I don't enjoy speaking in front of large groups of people. I don't dread doing it, but I also get very nervous. Even when I do announcements here at the church, I get nervous, and I always say a prayer kind of back here in the studio before I do our announcements in the morning. And I've just learned to play it off really well over the last 10 years of doing things. But answer the call of the Holy Spirit. When you feel a prompting, answer that, because you never know, that small thing that you think may be small could be the biggest thing in somebody's life in that moment. Kaye, you answered the call when the Lord put in your mind, hey, you don't like children, start a school, and then boom, and then all of a sudden here we are. And I don't mean that negatively, because you shared the story before.
A 14-year-old me did not like children.
Yeah, and that's changed now because you answered the call. And I want to leave people this morning with that thought, is answer the call. Whether you're behind a prison wall or maybe you've put up your own prison wall in your life, answer the call. There's something on somebody's heart this morning that somebody has been denying and putting off for a very long time. Answer the call and do what the Lord is telling you to do. Well, let's take a quick break. We're going to take a quick segment break here. We'll stay on the radio. I want to highlight an organization here in town, and we've got a little bit more on the show this morning as we continue on. Hey, do us a favor. Let us know you're out there. You can text us at 936-339-0139, or you can also comment in on social media. Many of you are doing that. We'll be back in a moment. It's Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us. All right, friends, welcome back. 79 degrees, and how about an 80% chance of thunderstorms in your forecast today? We'll get up to 86, 60% chance overnight. Hey, things get a little wetter tomorrow, 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms. In fact, rain stays in the forecast through Wednesday night. We are thankful we need it, and hopefully, though, no severe weather. Those showers and thunderstorms, by the way, will be moving in this evening sometime after 4 o'clock. So if you don't have your umbrella, grab it at lunch. You may need it a little bit later on. Time now. Go home and grab it, and may need it. So, yeah.
So the other day it started raining, and Rick's like, "There's an umbrella in your car." And I was standing at the office, and Shelby came over, saw me standing there. I was just going to wait a few seconds to if it rain stopped raining as hard, and Shelby came over and walked over with my umbrella, and he's like, "There's an umbrella in your car." And I said, "Doesn't do me a whole lot of good when I'm trying to go from the office to the car."
If you take it out of your car.
It was sunshiny when I got out of the car.
I was prepared, though. There's an umbrella in her car.
We had, like, when we were driving back from Kemah, there was sunshine and rain. Those are the weirdest ones, where you're on the interstate and it's blinding rain, but then you look, it's blinding in front of you, but you look to the right and there's sun shining down. Where is this coming from? But yeah, just be aware of the weather this week. We do need the rain, and we will absolutely take it. Well, real quick, just going to be a brief segment here. We're always excited about new opportunities in our community, and one thing that we enjoy doing here on Good Morning Huntsville is promoting the good. We promote it with nonprofit organizations. We talk a lot with Kaye and the great work that they do through the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, through the Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation. There are so many nonprofits in our community. Kaye, everywhere we turn, there's great nonprofits. We've seen them all over. And you guys have seen them over the years, being invested in this community for so many years. Well, this isn't to say that there's not resources, but there's not resources sometimes. In Georgetown, we had an organization called the Chisholm Trails Community Foundation. The whole point of that organization was to help seed nonprofits. If you had an idea, they would help kind of guide you through that process. But then they would also provide resources to nonprofits, and it was a place that you could go to find out who needs what and how can you get involved. It was a really neat kind of central point for everything in the community related to nonprofits, and they encourage nonprofits to be a part. Well, our friend Bridget Maloney had a great idea. She approached me, this was probably a year ago, and said, "What do you think about an idea to help nonprofits?" I said, "Well, I'm all about that. Many people in the community are." And so she started to explore and talk to others, and there's been great leadership with her and folks from various backgrounds, very diverse backgrounds, which is great, to help form what is now the Volunteer Collaboration. They are doing memorandum of agreements, and this is basically just kind of their seed, I don't want to say sponsors, but kind of founding partners to join them in helping to promote positivity through nonprofits and give resources. I know you guys at Tomorrow's Promise are one of those. We are here at Spirit 94.3 as the media partner. But this past week, I had the privilege of heading over to Rita B. Huff. And Rita B. Huff signed a memorandum of agreement. It's not like a contract, but it's just basically saying, hey, we're here to support you from the ground up, whatever we can do to help support. Doesn't necessarily mean financially, but it could just mean, hey, if you need to reach out, we're here to help. And Rita B. Huff has signed this. And I'm really excited, Kaye, for an organization that will have an opportunity to help pull resources together. Because you think about it, when we were here at Rita B. Huff, they were saying things that they need. I had no idea that they needed those things. The only way that I would have known that is if I would have, and I do follow their Facebook page, but the algorithm doesn't always point me to Rita B. Huff.
Yeah.
And so this will be a great opportunity for anyone in the community, especially nonprofits, but anybody who is looking to say, how can I help? How can I get involved? Well, that's one of many spokes that they're going to offer. And I think it's going to be great. So if you wake up on a Monday morning and you hear Kaye's Monday Mindset and you get motivated, which you better get motivated, and you said, you know what, I want to be successful and invest in the lives of others. Well, what a better way to invest in the lives of others than supporting nonprofits in our community. And so this will be an opportunity to go to a website that they're working on and being developed to where you can go and find opportunities to help get involved. I think, Kay, this is something the community's really needed for a long time.
And I think there's also another aspect they're going to work on, which is maybe offering like an education day or education classes where nonprofits can gather and learn certain things. I don't know, like grant writing or budgets or something like that. But, have a class or a day where all of us that are nonprofits get together and learn some of the things that we need to know as nonprofits. Because right now, it's like I go and research and study this, and, there's not really a webinar or a class or anything too much on, I mean, there are some, but they're a lot of money, on how to run a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And so, having some information available like that would also be nice, that I think they're going to work on.
We have the full article up on our website, and you can follow the volunteer collaboration on Facebook. They've already got a little over 100 followers, and that continues to grow. And we just want to help spread the news about this. Again, they've got a great board. I met their board members, minus one who wasn't at Rita B. Huff that day to be there with that signing. And when I say the board members, I'm talking about the board members of the volunteer collaboration. And something that we've prayed about with Bridget, and we just know that this is what the Lord has put on our heart. She told me, she goes, I came back to Huntsville because I love my hometown, and she was looking for a way to do something. And I always told her, as many have encouraged me, just be patient. That's been the word that's been in my, I don't like that word. Okay, you and
Nobody does.
Yeah, I was going to say, you and I may be on the same wavelength with that word. But
we have a car that doesn't always start on the first crank, and she can't stand it. If you give it 30 seconds, it'll start. No.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Because just like that car, if you try to start it when it won't crank right, it may damage the starter.
I think that's what's wrong with it. I think the starter's going out of it. But
No. It wouldn't crank if the starter was going out.
So I think about just a great opportunity, and something, Kay, that I was thinking of. You put on events. Lasso will be coming up September the 11th here in town, and that's to support what you guys do through literacy with Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation.
which we just crossed over 70,000 books that we've mailed out.
Wow,
70,000.
70,000 books, and my children probably have about
15 of them?
No, 4 years old. Braylon's had them since she was almost born. Since she was born.
Yeah.
So she's 4, so she's got at least 48 now. Is that right?
Yeah.
My math is really bad on the fly.
That's right. It's 48.
Yeah, 40, and Caden has 36. So we've got
48 and 36.
yeah, under 100. We have under 100 books so far.
I thought you were just going to throw out some hyperbole and say we've got about 2,000 of those books.
Yeah.
No, we had to get mathematical.
Yeah. So, but it's cool, and the reason I bring up, with you guys and the events is because of this. How many times are we looking for people to help with those events and volunteer with those events?
Oh, I need some volunteers.
Always.
That's one thing that I'm looking, not selfishly, but I think it'll be great to have an organization that you can go to and say, hey, we're having this event for our nonprofit. Can you guys help maybe source some volunteers? They're going to be able to provide resources like that, which is going to be incredible. And so if you want to serve in the community, you can get a hold of the volunteer collaboration, say, hey, I'm willing to serve, put my name down for what I'm willing to serve. And then boom, if somebody comes like UK or like me for an event we're having, then we contact volunteer collaboration. They can fire out an email and say, hey, so-and-so's looking for this. And then boom, we may be able to have volunteers now. So
it would be nice.
I mean, we get them anyway, but it's, how it is. You're calling. I would rather go to one resource instead of having to pick up the phone and call 20 different people. Hey, can you come help? Can you come help?
She gets no volunteers, and then I'm the one that has to do it.
Then you're voluntold.
And I'm old.
So I think it'll be great. I know it'll be great, and more information about that will be coming on soon. So we're really looking forward to it, and a great nonprofit. Here's another one. When I started this show, Kay, I wanted to highlight nonprofits, and I'll never forget. I love the people that tell you like that won't work. How many people tell you that won't work?
I tell her that all the time, and I'm always proven wrong.
But doesn't it motivate you when people say that won't work?
Yeah. I've been known to try to prove people wrong. So.
She'll go out of her way to do that.
When we started our my friend Carl and I started our sports broadcasting business, somebody said nobody needs that. And it was this was in 2010, 2011, before video streaming was really popular. COVID made it obviously very popular, but nobody was really live streaming at a big level high school sports with video. Everybody was doing audio. And so we wanted to introduce video. The reason is because there wasn't a whole lot of services out there that were affordable, and plus mobile internet was not affordable and widespread. We go back just 16 years and you think about that was kind of the birth of mobile internet, 2010, 2009, 2010. But Carl and I created a demand for something that now is, and I wish that we could say that we pioneered it. We didn't. And I wish we could say that we did something that made us millions of dollars. We didn't. But we were pioneering something in the Central Texas area that really wasn't being done on a large scale. And people came to us and said, well, nobody's going to do that. And so I always tell young people, especially, if an opportunity doesn't exist, go out and create the opportunity. And the same way as I think about, these organizations and the nonprofits. And like when we started this show, somebody said, well, that ain't going to work. We don't have enough nonprofits in town. I said, let me get on the internet and search the nonprofit database or the IRS. We actually have 400 nonprofits registered here in Huntsville. 250 of them are active. The other ones never sent in their letters. But there's at least 250 nonprofits in good standing right here in Walker County. And so there's plenty of opportunity, and many of them we still don't know about. And that's what we're trying to do, is seek out those organizations that don't get a lot of recognition and highlight those.
So have you had all 250 on the show?
No, that's the joy. We're still seeking them out. So, well, hey, we're gonna cut the show here on Spirit 94.3. It's approaching 8:30. For those of you that are on social media, hang tight with us because we're going to continue the show. Rick and Kaye's Top 10 coming up, and we'll have some final thoughts and discussion when we come back. For those of you back on the radio, we'll go back to music and programming. So have a blessed day. Head over to Hello Huntsville on YouTube and Facebook as we continue the discussion here on this marvelous Monday. It's Good Morning Huntsville, underwriting support made possible in part by Tomorrow's Promise, online at TomorrowsPromise.info. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We are not a daycare. We are a child care center focused on the growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit TomorrowsPromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools, education you can trust.
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon. manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Hey friend, Rob Hipp here. I want to take a moment and brag on my friends at Elliott's Jewelers. If you're celebrating a milestone anniversary, they have a beautiful 14-karat yellow gold past, present, and future diamond ring that really tells the story right. There's 3 natural diamonds. They represent where you've been, where you are, and what's still ahead together. And that's what I love about Elliott's. They're not just helping you to buy jewelry, they're helping you mark an important moment in your life and help to make memories. And it may be that specific ring, it's not the one for you. Well, they have a large selection to help you find something that fits your story. Hey, go to their website. You can set up a private appointment online. It's elliotsjewelers.com. Hey friends, this is Rob Hipp, and I'm here to talk about a true expert in the real estate world. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Terry Coleman of the Coleman Realty Group.
With 33 years in the business, I've dedicated my life to making your real estate dreams come true. Specializing in residential properties, I serve Walker and Montgomery counties, from Spring to Trinity and areas all around.
They call her your next door agent, and here's why.
I'm not just here to help you find a home or lease a property. I'm here to build lifelong relationships. Whether it's residential or commercial, farm or ranch listings, there's something for everyone.
Now you might wonder, what sets Terry apart from other real estate agents? Well, it's simple. She goes above and beyond for her clients, like the time she surprised a family from California with a fully decorated Christmas tree and gifts when they returned from closing. You shouldn't have to compromise on the joys of home during life-changing moments. So, if you're ready to make your real estate dreams come true, here's what you need to do.
Visit my website at myrealtorterry.com and let's make those dreams a reality.
That's Terry Coleman, your expert in all things real estate.
I'm Terry Coleman, your next door agent, and I can't wait to help you open the door to your new life.
It's that time of the Monday morning where you get that fake radio voice. You look over to Jolly Guy right across from you and you think, man, how did I ever get in this position to be so cool to hang out with this guy? And over here at this gal to your right, it's time for none other from Back Capital USA. 2 million of them flying around tonight. For news. No, it's not news. It's Rick
And Kaye's.
Top 10. Rick.
It could be newsworthy.
It could be
Oh, this
newsworthy.
is not newsworthy.
Take it away, you gruntled feller.
Good morning, Huntsville. Today is National Gruntled Workers Day. The one day a year dedicated to people who actually like their jobs. I'll count them down from 10 to 1. And Kaye is going to explain what happens when workplace happiness gets completely out of hand.
It's basically take your optimism to work day, and HR has questions.
Number 10. Start the morning by writing down 3 things you genuinely like about your job.
It's amazing how much better the day starts when your first thought isn't, well, here we go again.
Number 9. Give a coworker a sincere compliment or thank you.
Be so encouraging that they spend the rest of the day wondering what you want.
Number 8, bring snacks or treats for the team.
Nothing says we're all in this together like free food. People will forgive almost anything if there's a donut or a kolache involved. Mine's the kolache.
Number 7, take a gruntled break and appreciate something about your work or workplace.
Sit quietly for 2 minutes, smile, and watch your coworkers assume you finally snapped.
Number 6, share one positive win with your team.
Brag just enough to be inspiring, not enough to end up leading the next committee.
Number 5, offer to help a coworker without being asked.
They'll either think you're incredibly kind or that you accidentally broke something.
Number 4, add something fun or encouraging to your workplace.
Plants, pictures, funny quotes, anything that says, I have my life together, even if your desk drawer or your desk absolutely disagrees.
Number 3, celebrate the week's small victories.
Like making it through 5 meetings that could have been 1 email. That's Olympic level endurance right there. We have one of those later today.
Yeah, I know. Number 2, treat yourself after work.
Buy the fancy coffee, eat the dessert, sit in your car for 10 peaceful minutes before going inside. That's self-care.
Number 1, gather with other gruntled workers and celebrate. Thank the people around you. Do something fun together and enjoy actually liking what you do.
If everybody leaves work smiling, management may launch an investigation.
Happy National Gruntled Workers Day. Whether had to grunt a little bit.
You old grunter.
Whether you're in the office, working from home, or somewhere in between, celebrate the people and moments that make work worthwhile.
And if somebody asks why you're so cheerful today,
just tell them you're officially gruntled.
It's a real word. We looked it up because that's what gruntled people do.
I didn't know this. You see, I always heard the word gruntle, and we were talking before the show. That just sounds like a negative word.
It does.
Like, oh, I'm gruntled.
You got to grunt when you say it.
Yeah, I'm gruntled. I'm gruntled. But it means to be in good humor, happy.
Right.
I'm gruntled. You just got to raise your voice.
You don't sound like you.
Gruntled feller. I'm going to make a T-shirt with Rick, a caricature drawing, and it's going to say gruntled feller.
That's me. I'm gruntled all the time.
And I think it'll sell maybe 2 because I'll buy both of them.
Me and you.
Me and you, yeah. Oh, good
It
stuff.
might have to be 3.
Yeah, she'll wear one too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll see.
If Kaye doesn't wear it, Rick doesn't wear it, and vice
Depends on
versa.
who gets to the closet first in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Well, hey, I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us. A lot of people are chiming in. We're going to wrap up here in just a few moments. Want to shout out Jennifer Augustinetti. Thanks for joining us. Quentin Glaze, Jamie Saucier, Ross McCammon. Good to see you on this morning, my friend. Steph Valley over at Magnolia Kennel. Richard and Linda Horn, Brian Smith. Kia with us this morning. Kia Morris, good morning to you as well. And I know many others also on my personal Facebook stream. So I want to welcome all of you. Thanks for hanging out with us here on another fun Monday. Kaye, before we go, Lasso, I want to keep highlighting events. You guys are very busy at Tomorrow's Promise, and we want people to know there are still plenty of opportunities to buy tables, but they are selling fast, even though the event's in September. That's going to be here like that. But tables for sale to sponsor, and many opportunities for people to get involved. Let us know what's going on with Lasso this year.
So we're going to have the bingo again. And, I do it with a twist, which is everybody, when they yell bingo, there's a collective sigh across the crowd that goes, well, we continue drawing, calling numbers until there's a second place. So there's always a little bitty second place prize.
It's not that little. I'd take it.
Yeah, well. But then that way, it takes some of the sting out of it when they say bingo. And we have a live auction, silent auction, a dessert auction, and we have some very good cooks.
And I'm for auction too.
Hasn't Billy, like in the past, but Billy Papania cooked for you guys and stuff? Yeah.
Billy and
Cliff.
Oh, man.
Cliff did good too.
Good. I mean, you're going to support the children. So that's number one, why it's obviously worth going to. But then the second is the fun games. That's why it's worth going to. The third is the food. That's why it's worth going to. The auction. That's why it's worth going to.
And we transform the fairgrounds. The fairgrounds does not look like the fairgrounds when we get
on the inside. Still looks like the fairgrounds on the outside.
And we have it there because we can serve great food, and then we have drinks. You don't have to buy a drink ticket and pay for your drinks and things like that. If you want a couple of beers, you can have a couple of beers. If you want the mixed drink, you can have it. If you want tea, you can have it. But you don't have to fork over another $7 or $10 for a drink. 'Cause if you want more than one, you buy the ticket at the door or at the table, and once you get in, everything's free except for buying the dessert.
The auctions are not free, of course.
Except for participating in the auctions.
All of the events, by the way, you can go online to yourimagination.info. There's a link there that will go to Lasso as well. Be a part of it. I've been there. We're going to be out this year. I really wanted to be there this year. We've been in the past. It is an incredible event. It's a lot of fun, and we want to encourage people. Get a hold of Kaye. Get a hold of the great folks at Tomorrow's Promise today to be involved and to help out. It is going to be an absolute blast. And you mentioned one thing before we go. You guys transform that. And there are a lot of events, and I'm not putting down any other organization, but that event, the Lasso Your Imagination, the way that place is decorated is the best of any event that I've seen. It is unbelievable. You walk in and you feel like you're in a whole different room. And it
is different.
I love how you guys decorate that. I mean, last year another one knocked it out of the park again, and it was and the big screens help out a lot too. Now I know y'all have those nice screens in there. So
we literally rent a U-Haul and take out a U-Haul worth of things to decorate with.
It's like we run a U-Haul in and we take 2 out. That's how it always works, right?
No, the idea is we take the U-Haul in and we sell the auction item.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit less goes home.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for sure. Well, I appreciate you again, Rick and Kaye, Tomorrow's Promise. They've been with us 3 years since we've started this program. And when it comes to early childhood development, there's no better place in Huntsville and Walker County for your children to excel, to grow, to learn. The elementary school's coming this fall as well through 3rd grade, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so be a part of what they're doing at Tomorrow's Promise. I'm just so excited. I'm thrilled. I'm happy for you guys. There's so much going on, and it's cool for me just to get kind of a little preview window on this show as we talk about these things.
And actually, we have a special offer right now for the elementary. The first 5 students that are on workforce, which is a subsidy to help pay for childcare, the first 5 elementary students that want to come and be part of the private school is $200 a month.
Wow.
So they have to be on subsidy, but it's to help the people that can't afford to go to regular private school to be able to come.
Wow. Love it. Well, Rick, any final comments before we go today? Good to see you, man. Be kind to one another.
I will. Where did that come from?
Your shirt.
Oh, that's right. I know I've seen that somewhere.
Rick looked at me so serious.
Live long and prosper.
Where did that come from? No. Kaye, any final thoughts before we go? Thank y'all. Fun show today. I always enjoy getting our Monday started off right.
Have you had enough coffee yet?
I've had plenty of coffee.
Okay.
Coffee. Yeah. He's very gruntled over there.
Americano.
He's a very gruntled guy.
I'm a gruntled. Most of the time, I'm gruntled.
Every once in a while, disgruntled, but not too often.
Well, it depends on if my wife's
if they don't see me going out and asking for donations and selling tables and stuff like that, they'll see my Kayla.
Awesome.
So we have a new marketing person that's helping
Oh,
us.
great. Awesome. When did she start?
Monday last week. Yeah.
All right. We'll indoctrinate her on the show pretty soon.
Yeah. She can be here when we're not.
Awesome. All right. Well, that will wrap it up. Appreciate you. More information online, TomorrowsPromise.info to get all things connected. Again, big thank you to Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools for all of their support. Also, Elliott's Jewelers and Huntsville Memorial Hospital for making this show possible. That'll wrap it up. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Jason Thompson from Guardian Defense with us as we continue celebrating and promoting the good here in Huntsville. Hey, have a blessed day as I end every show reminding you we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand to support. Somebody out there needs you, and be kind to one another.
And Rob, you've done a great job today.
Thank you, brother. Miss you, Josh. See you, Kaye.